Hey everyone, how's it going? My website, my new logo, shirts. I'm going to be selling them online on my website, and 50% to 75% of the proceeds will go to education or me giving out information for childhood, diabetes, and obesity in the inner cities. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get some initiative, team up with some of the people that I know around the world, to give some information that's real, that we can actually use. That's not just necessarily for the masses. Most of the time, it's always about doom and gloom. I like to look at the positive and the people that's trying to save themselves, and the people who are not informed or misinformed or don't have the right education that can actually make a change and that can actually do something. People always ask me all the time, and I get into conversations with people who want to make changes, and most of the time we get into debates because they always want to question knowledge that go against popular knowledge and what the masses is saying. You have to understand and you have to realize that every science is not for you. Everyone's health scheme or project is not for you. Everyone don't live under the same stress conditions. Everyone don't have the same adversities in their lives that they have to do to get their body, to get their mind, or to get their spirit healthy. So just keep that in mind, that your plan is unique to you, and you need to work with someone or look at it as such, because there is no general or no practical plan for anyone. Everyone's journey and path in this health and nutrition, excuse me, and getting in shape mentally, physically, and spiritually journey is unique to the individual. Although some of the science and a lot of the science can apply, but then once again, you got to make sure that the science is applicable to you. I'm going down this weekend to Starting Strength, to their little squat session, to check it out. Usually when I come back down to Texas, I work with my clients. But my format here is that I give information I send across the world, on my YouTube channel and my Facebook and all the other stuff. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can actually donate if you want to. The donation money, once again, I give 100% back, and I show accountability in the donation of my YouTube channel to giving people opportunities to work with me or have me set up nutritional programs or come into YMCA's, a group where young athletes or young people around the country travel. Everything that I do as far as from the travel, research, going to these different places is funded 100% on me and what I do as a professional. I do this so that I can collaborate and share the knowledge and see what's going on around the country, so I can see a true vision, or I can get a realistic look at what health and the health crisis is going on, especially in inner cities, because that's where I come from, but just around the nation. So anybody's contribution or subscription to the webpage or anything else is definitely appreciated. But even if you don't, I'm still going to do it because, you know, this is who I am. And I'll figure out a way, even if I have to go pick up pop cans and support myself in doing what it is that my journey and that my anointment and my calling is to do, then I will do that. So I'm back from Nebraska. Shout out to my people. I wish I could show my pictures, but I don't violate my clients. But I got clients getting ready for bodybuilding shows, and man, they look awesome. Some of my other clients, seen some of my other clients that I've been working with. So my science and application is on point. The things that I'm doing, the enlightenment and the knowledge from the Most High is definitely shining through in the things that I'm doing. And I know that I'm truly blessed, and so I appreciate it. Shout out to those who support me, the ones that like the videos, comment on the videos. I go into the gyms and people, thousands, I'm help hundreds, thousands of people. And it's not without, it's not that you had to come up and you're talking about payment. Sometimes I correct people, tell them about form, techniques, show them how to do things. I done had people come in and work out with me in my groups that work out. And I'm open to that, man, because I'm about giving us knowledge and about correcting people and helping people empower themselves to be the best that they can actually be. So let's get to one of my points that I want to bring up. Yoga instructors Grandmaster yoga instructors, Tai Chi instructors, people of that nature take really long time, and people are being master yoga instructors and doing things for a particular time. Martial artists, master whatever. There's a lot of application and doing and studying and performing, but only in personal training or bodybuilding or working out do people think they could just walk in and just be on point and just get trained people or be on point or be an elite or push people to a certain level. The master MMA fighter, the Gracies, all the other stuff, they apply these things for life. They had to go through so many different transitions, come up with techniques and move and everything else like that. Now, I'm not saying that people can't do that, but it takes a time of understanding and understanding the principles of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So everyone isn't created equal when it comes to this thing. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old, running to the gym, lifting weights, going through all different training styles, went to school for it, certified personal trainer, master certified personal trainer, wrote thesis, changed the industry as far as like how you get into technique, how you get into jump biomechanics, nutrition from a natural standpoint, lifetime natural, which most people can't really say. And I'm gonna get into the thing about the Jeremy Tunsil and the lifetime natural and other stuff and things like this. But really, truly, this is what I do, and the Most High has anointed me to be able to do this. And so I am a master of what I do. And I say that very humbly, but I am a master of what I do because I continuously increase my knowledge and my understanding of these things as the science and as things come on. You know, I was knowing principles and doing things way 10, 15, 20 years before things that have even been brought out, or people that understand that you can even have words of science to say this is what's going on those levels. Because once again, when you are anointed and when you are a true studier and a craftsman of your craft, you can go ahead and proceed in things from a feeling, from a spiritual, from an understanding, from an application point of obtaining knowledge before you start to put it into a verbal or theories or hypothesis. You know, I done spent 20, 10, 15, years of application of doing this with people, with myself, applied science. And so the reason why I say this is because I see people who live for a long period of time. I know I got guys, and I ran into a lot of guys that did bodybuilding back, that was trained under Rick Hussey out of Big Iron Gym. And Big Iron is a known steroid gym. Rick Hussey had Becca Swanson, and his guys known to use drugs. That's why people use drugs when you can't compete with the natural competition. Or if everybody's in that arena, then it is what it is. But not to talk about the drug use. Well, I'm just talking about the application. He was a world-renowned power coach. He has some of the strongest athletes on the planet, and they trained under this guy. And yeah, they could lift big weights and they had power and they did all this other stuff and everything else. But ultimately, at the end, a lot of his athletes and even the ones that trained under him that was natural that I know are freaking busted up. They can't walk, their body, their joints, their ligaments, their tendons is messed up. They look 50-some years older, because of the drug use. They done had a horrible life. But you pay that price and that sacrifice. Same way as playing professional sports or playing football. Those guys use growth hormones to recover and all the other different things and stuff and banging your body. And doesn't necessarily mean, and they were all good athletes, just like the lifters. They had something special about them to put them to that world level. You just can't take no normal person and make him a world-class sprinter or a world-class athlete. So don't be delusional about those things. You have to put in the work. But even with Rick Hussey and even with guys like that and guys that train Olympic-style lifters and all this other stuff, that isn't being in shape. That is chasing the goal of lifting heavy-ass weight. But that doesn't mean that you're going to have a quality life, longevity, nutrition, knowing how to do this. The object is to lift heavy-ass weights. And they accomplish that. But you pay a price for that, for those objects and for those goals that you set, that your body rips and tears and muscles and early death. The same way with football players and other gladiators in those type of arenas. So don't get that misconstrued when you see football players and you got the 40 time and you got all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they were athletes and they were elite. Because they were elite, they were genetically gifted and born elite. Look at the percentages in professional sports like basketball, football, and stuff like that, and you can see these are the genetically elite of the planet. And so any little thing they do is going to propel them, and it's going to seem huge. And you may think, well, I could just go do that because this guy. But no, that guy was born that elite. And any little work that he do, even though it's form, and most of them got terrible form, terrible lifting practices, and other things and stuff like that. But they're so elite, they can compensate and get away with that. You and the general public who's following these, and even bodybuilders in the magazines, only Charles Glass and a couple other top trainers in the world understand. That's why the pro bodybuilders go to Charles Glass, the top Olympians, and they only go to Chad Nichols and a couple other people that do their drugs. Because you have to get with people that understand it. They don't understand that stuff because they don't do that. They just the athlete. They were kind of born with good genetics to be able to get on the stage and took X amount of drugs and all this other stuff. And that's the way that it goes. So don't be bamboozled with these people talking about, oh yeah, we do this and all this other stuff. No, they don't do that. They really don't. They're scientists. There's people like myself that actually put in the work and do this stuff. I've been fortunate enough that I live it and I do it. And I do it from a natural standpoint. So no one can never take that away from me or can never, if you haven't done that lifetime natural, you can't duplicate what it is that I'm doing from an athletic, from being a collegiate, a professional, pro bodybuilder, top athlete still at 44 doing miraculous things on a natural tip. This is a unique journey that most people can't partake in because they haven't did it. If you took some drugs at some point in your life, then you're not natural. I know people try to say guys like Ty Smith and Omaha and some other guys that I know that took growth hormones and whatever, now they natural about whatever. No, you're not the same as me. I mean, and not to knock people, but you're not on the same path or the same walk or the same journey. And then they were never top level, all-state, all-Americans, rated in the world athletes in the first place on an athletic, not just a bodybuilding thing or a subjective sport. I'm talking about on an applied sport, on an actual participating sport. I'm one of the, not me, I've been nationally great since I was 8 years old. So that's my point. So when you get with these people and you're learning how to do squats and lifting and stuff, make sure you with somebody that understands this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't mess yourself up later on down the road. Because I see people with so much bad biomechanics and movements and all this other stuff. That's why I just go into the gym and correct these people and, give them some information and try to help them. Because every movement or every squat squat movement isn't equal. Especially for your own gait, your own torso, flexibility, ligament, tendon. There's so many things that you get down to ligament, tendons, condyles, meniscus, muscle, biomechanics. There's so many different things that you can mess up, and the reason why you can be sore, or a reason why you can be injured, because you don't understand all these different layers of how things and how motion is performed in the human body, and how ligaments, tendons, and all these other things intertwine to propel human movement, especially with weights or at a high level in competition. If you don't have that understanding, then you are playing Russian roulette. And that sometimes those bad movements over a period of time is going to wear into your ligaments, your tendons, into your muscles. It's going to cause some arthritic properties. It's going to wear into the bursars in between the lubrications of the joints. And you are going to be messed up later on down the line. And you're going to be worse off than what you was when you started, just because you didn't get a good solid foundation. And that's just the truth. I see it all the time. You can believe it or not, but ask some of the powerlifters or some of the people that's suffering from those type of things. And now I'm going to bring you to my other subject, and I know I'm rambling, but I haven't talked or put out a video in a while. Jeremy Tunsil and athletes going to the combine, being tested for drugs and steroids and the character issues, and they talk stuff about he couldn't cook, so it's a character issue. All that stuff is racially motivated and sensitive. I'm just going to put it out there like how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like the breeding of slavery, and it is slavery, because you don't play collegiate athletes, but everyone else benefit from it. College regular students don't have to have the same workload and have the same criteria, can't smoke weed and do all these other particular things that regular people are being kicked out, and they losing millions and millions of dollars because people sit them up, teams sit them up. It's a vicious game. If you've never been in that arena, if you never took the test for the NFL scouts, which I did, and at UNO and at Wayne, and ran for the scouts until I got injured. I was projected to be a draft pick coming out of a little school with Tyrone Poole. I was one of the best corners in the country. But until I tore my hamstrings, and I still ran terrific times for pro scouts at Wayne and at UNO. They came in and tested me as a sophomore, me and B hosting. So I was getting looked at as a sophomore because a guy on the other side of me that played corner led the country in interceptions. He led the country in interceptions, great picker, whatever else, because they wouldn't throw on my side, because it was going to the house, because I did what I would have to do. And, that's what the pro scouts told Ross Ells, who was a coach in Nebraska, and some other people. Man, that guy, as a sophomore. But that's just living in the past. But my point is, and the point that I want to make is that even on the pro level, those guys take growth hormones, they take designer steroids. That's why they get recovered and big and all this other stuff. So let's stop bullshitting and acting like that shit isn't really going on. But this is the real question that I have for you scouts and all you haters out there that want to talk that shit like that. Y'all would test these young kids and y'all hold these kids to a higher freaking scrutiny about taking these drugs or about smoking weed or synthetic stuff and things that's really legal. When I used to go to gyms, and even right now, the police department around the nation don't have any freaking drug tests. How come they don't drug test police officers? They got a damn license to kill. They going out there with guns. You know how many cops I done seen run off, getting in cars, drunk, jump into their things that I know that take steroids, that I know that train at gyms. I know guys and cops personally that take performance enhancement stuff, steroids and all this other stuff, ecstasy, cocaine, all that other stuff. And they don't have a drug testing policy for the cops. The people that's running out here with straps that's gonna kill you, y'all don't cry or y'all don't talk big stuff about that, but y'all talk big stuff about these teenage kids going through college like other college kids, taking drugs, experimenting with drugs and doing other stuff, growing up and hold them to a scrutiny where they're losing millions of dollars, where you're playing and ridiculing them on TV and social media and all this other stuff, but you don't dare drug test these cops randomly. People that's running out here that's supposed to be out here serving and protecting, that's supposed to be that sign up and they're actually supposed to be civil servants to this community and to this public. That's hypocritical, that's racial, that's some bullshit all the way across the board. So I don't want to hear people talk about these debates about what these young kids doing or this guy on baseball did all this other stuff. Don't talk to me about no PEDs or Lance Armstrong or the bodybuilding world or Pete Rose about point shaving and all this other stuff. When you got these crooked ass cops out here killing people and they ain't being drug tested and they ain't being looked at, or you got people in these high authorities like lawyers and judges, they don't get random drug tests. You know what I'm saying? And most of them be on drugs if you think you believe in half of their ruling and half the shit that they talking about, man. That's my rant for today, and I've been waiting to get back here so that I can put that out there. Jeremy Tunzel and you young guys, man, I know y'all just experiencing life, but that's the hypocrite out there in society and the media that put that BS out there and they try to ruin y'all character, because they're always trying to character assassinate us because they scared of the greatness, and because some of us don't have to take that drug. That's why Hitler, and that's why those Germans made steroids and all those other drugs to compete with the original people that were actually great. So don't get it misconstrued. These double standards and these stuff situations that's out here that you scrutinizing these young guys when you got cops out here gunning people down on drugs, coke, and all that other stuff. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves to even speak these young guys' names in your mouth and criticize these young guys. I just wanted to put that out there. You young guys keep working hard. And I understand that you're young and you're experimenting and you're becoming enlightened and you're going through life. But you got to understand, you held to a higher and a different standard and a double standard than the rest of the public, the rest of the collegiate athletes that you go to school with, and the rest of the general population, especially if you are an athlete. They looking to gun you down. They looking to assassinate your character and to cause you money to try to get you for cheap slave labor. I would say to you, be careful who you associate with. and who you do things around, and don't put yourselves in those situations. My name is Lamont Gilchrist. Thanks.